Hello everyone, and welcome to a new webinar here at 4Geeks. And today is a special topic because we really love how blockchain is disrupting the different industries and how this technology is getting more and more attention from media, from developers, from people that want to do new things and more clear applications, let's say. So basically, blockchain is a decentralized application, and that's why the name of our webinar is Decentralizing Industries with Blockchain, because we reside, or we want to invest, or we want to go to move in. So first of all, if you heard the last webinar, you probably know who am I. But for those who doesn't know, I'm Sergio Monge, and I am the CTO at 4Geeks. I'm in charge of all the teams on providing the best technology approach for all of our clients, and also to keep learning, to start doing different stuff at company level to increase our knowledge as a company. If you want to get in touch with me, don't hesitate to contact me at sergio@4geeks.io, or if you want to know me a little bit more out of work, you can go to our blog /meet Sergio Monge, and you will see some questions about my favorite literature, movies, and music. So there you go. You can reach out to me whenever you want. And as the quote says, I really love or enjoy to share information, to talk to people about this new technology and all our presentation. And this quote blockchain does. And basically it says that the blockchain does one thing. It replaces third parties and trust with mathematical proof that something happened. And that's the key part, the trusting. With blockchain, the idea is to remove all the third parties that we provide our data, and we are trusting them, they are using correctly. For example, when you go to a medical, to your hospital or something like that, you have to give your information. You don't know if the hospital is doing the right thing with your information, or the bank, or the insurance institution. Not 100% sure the information is verified or is legal. Probably some record had some changes in the past or something like that. So it's, and with the mathematical proof is that a computer is the one that do the process and makes that the whole process is correctly. So that's how we can get sure that the information is complete. Now, I want to go with the change of and some supply. And here is very, very explanatory, the trusting part. You trust that the raw materials are the necessarily, because let's say that you are saying that this bottle had some natural process, or is against the environment contamination or something like that, but you probably are not 100% sure about it. So the suppliers are lying, the manufacturing are lying, and then customer just pay more for nothing. So this is not just for end customers, as you said, for suppliers, or how the supply chain management is spread. I know that probably we can have more processes or something like that, but by the example, I think this is a correct image or example. So what are the challenges for the change supply? And basically, there are some challenges there. like the transparency end to end. As I mentioned before with the image, we want to know that all the processes are correctly and they are doing what they have to be. So, and alongside with that, the extensive list of suppliers is difficult to handle, because you probably will have 5 different suppliers to create one bottle of water or something like that. And the trust is outsourced. It's basically some third party telling us that everything is correctly and everything is under the legal verification. And that promotes some risk to all the change. As you may know, right now we can have suppliers in China, others in Italy, and others now in America. So that's what we want to avoid with the blockchain, to have those records that the end customer can track with this is with no contamination, or the water is 100% pure, something like that. So that's the challenge. Use technology to the end consumer knowing that. So now our Bitcoin is blockchain. And the second one is correctly. Bitcoin uses blockchain technology to run, to be distributed, to get more people. So Bitcoin uses blockchain, but blockchain is not Bitcoin. Bitcoin was the first platform that uses all the advantages of blockchain, but the concept of blockchain is more than cryptocurrencies. Is more than that. And so blocks are different records. Let's imagine that blockchain is a huge database, a database that is not saved into your computer or into Amazon AWS or Google storage or some Postgres database or MySQL. No, blockchain is a database that is on different computers around the world, like Bitcoin. You can have your own Bitcoin database. So that's what we want to with blockchain, have a decentralized database of records of blocks that are built on encryption of the data. Have the blockchain in their system will know that some record have changed and will destroy the computer or the blockchain on the affected computer and will restore the database, because the blocks are immutable. They cannot be changed. You just can add more and more and more records. The records can be changed. That's why blockchain is so secure, because the database is not in one computer. It's not what happened if Amazon get all the data centers or Amazon disappear. Okay, you lost your data. So with blockchain, all the entire world will have to disappear to destroy blockchain. So it's not necessary blockchain anymore, right? And that's the beauty of if some node or some block changed by something, by some hacking or by some hacker, all the network will get notified and will destroy that computer with the blockchain and will restart to the correct version. So as you said, all the blocks connect to the previous block. So that's how we get known that some block change or something like that. And since the hash is built based on the data of the block, if the block is changed, the hash will be changed for sure. And that's the thing that I was telling you before about all the conception of the blockchain. and is decentralization versus the decentralization blockchain. Sorry. Okay. Now, the normal traditional centralized processing network is basically this node here at the center of the left image is our database, our application, our amazing SaaS application. So we have all of our databases stored in Amazon, in Google, and wherever. And all these nodes connected to them are the APIs or even customers or whatever you want to put there. Okay? That's the traditional applications building that between them. Okay? I can connect with them, and with them with no problem. This can be a private or public network. We will next get to know what a public or private blockchain is. But at this moment, we want to know that every circle here contains a blockchain database on their systems. And these little circles are named nodes. So a node is a computer, a supercomputer, or a network that contains an instance of the blockchain. So if you heard that I'm talking about nodes, that is the instance of the blockchain in any specific computer or network. Okay? So that's the key part, and that's why the trust is highlighted. We want to create trust. Right now, when imagine you are trying to send money to your partner, to your mother, to your family, whatever, you want to go to the bank. And if they are in different banks or if they are in different countries, you will probably get charged for being provided of the trusting of sending money, because they say that, okay, we handle that and we know what we're doing, and we know your account will be will be charged only with the amount you said and whatever. So this trust costs some money. You will have to pay for sending money. You will have to notify to people about this. So that's what we want to avoid. And also, if you want to sell a car, you will have to go to a lawyer that signs that the car is not yours anymore and it belongs to someone else. And that's it. You don't have the control of your own money or of your own car or house or whatever. So that's what we want to avoid. Third parties, and create the trust between two people and between two equals that they are really known about the entire process. As I said before, all the blocks are created under the cryptographic puzzle. So it's all the hash stuff that I mentioned before, and I don't want to go with it anymore. And it works on a proof of work. For example, Bitcoin works on proof of work. That is what I said before also. That all the peers or all the nodes will know about every transaction. So in Bitcoin, if you want to have your computer running Bitcoin and mining the money, you will earn some percentage of Bitcoin for doing that, because your computer gets into the same network, and you are like a judge, and you are saying that, okay, this transaction works, it goes well, and all the machines will have to get in accepted between all the nodes to complete a transaction. That's proof of work. Like the transaction is clear, and all the nodes will have to be or will have to accept that. Okay. There's another proof of statement, which is now on Ethereum. And Ethereum, it's an open platform that runs blockchain for decentralized applications. And I don't want to go there probably for next webinars, because Ethereum or EOS are platforms. They are not the technology as well. But the proof of work here is the main use case of verification. The problem with proof of work is the latency or the network speed. Since all the nodes, all the computers have to be agreed with something, it can be really tricky, or it can slow down the transaction. For example, Bitcoin takes 5 minutes or something like that to approve a transaction. I don't have the data or the information right now, but it takes some time. So that's really slow. With proof of a statement, it's really quickly, but there are some other disadvantages there. And as I said, if all the nodes are okay, well, the block is added, not mutable, but added, because the blocks, as you know, are immutable. So forget about third parties again. In real estate, and I've been researching a lot in real estate, and I came out with some information about a huge percentage of real estate documents, or for a house, for example, they are they change. I mean, they are not clear with the paper of the information or of a house. So some information is not clear in order to increase the value of a house and to be sold with a higher cost. So there are lawyers that sign that, and notary or something like that. So with blockchain, the third parties are going to disappear. Okay, so no more lawyers, bank, or intermediaries. The idea is to spend less to keep the records. I mean, the information is yours. It have to belongs to you. The real-time verification, we don't want to go to the bank and wait for 2 weeks for something, or to a lawyer to wait whenever they want to send us the information. We want to have the information at the moment. What happens if you are in other country? You want to have with you your health information. You don't want other institution handle that, because you don't know how quickly they can be to provide your information. Okay, so now what we want to go with public, private, and hybrid blockchains. Okay, so what a public-private blockchain is. Basically, a private blockchain is a closed network of the nodes. The clear example here is insurance. So let's say different insurance institutions are connected between them, sharing information about some customer, so they can avoid a lot of headaches about the customer verification, about how the customer is or not approval for the insurance or for the whole process. So that's what private blockchain is. The idea is to have a closest network. For example, government agencies can use private blockchain, or a group of hospitals. Let's imagine a group of hospitals that share some information between them, and they can be connected really quickly. Okay, in some countries, the communication is on paper right now. So if you want to go to another hospital, it's impossible to them to get your information. That's not possible. The information belongs to you. Public blockchain. Public blockchain are the ones that you can download basically in your computer, like Bitcoin. You can have your blockchain or their blockchain running in your computer, and you can have access to the record. So again, anybody can have it, anybody can go there, and anybody can interact and create applications or something for public. Hybrid combines the best of public and private. There can be some access or not to some data. So imagine that the government has some public blockchain for all the people to keep track of their taxes. Okay, so I am able to update, to read, to write under that blockchain, but some government agencies can access, but only for it. Okay, they can access just to get information. That's a hybrid blockchain. So it is the one that has more impact because at government level it can be really, really useful. Now the good part: industries that can be disrupted by blockchain, or right now are being disrupted by blockchain. And let's start with banking. You may wonder why banking, because it's about the Bitcoin or Litecoin, or all the 105,000 or 1,500 cryptocurrencies out there are trying to destroy the banking. And probably yes, but the banking has some potential approaches under the blockchain. And Barclays actually is doing some work on blockchain for getting some internal servers and to get some banking network in order to share some public information and to have more clearness on different process of their banks. Security. And that's the key part of the blockchain. The blockchain tries to ensure that the security is impeccable. At this moment, there's no record of hacker of attacks on blockchain platforms. So the security is very important, and the crypto the crypto that blockchain is using is totally important because the transactions, as I've been mentioned, are immutable. So we are 100% ensured that all the process is clear for our eyes. And as our supply chain use case, the idea is to have the different communication between all the suppliers, all the distribution, all the sell stores, and we want to know what is happening to this bottle of water, or what is happening to the bananas, that they are telling me that the bananas are with no chemics, something like that. So I want to make sure of that, not because a paper is under the fruit. It's because it's true. I mean, we have to know that probably there are some other things out there. And some startup that is working on that is Block Verify. Block Verify is to get into the supply chain management and trying to make it clear for our as a customer to get the clearness of that. Also, what to in Starbucks, because I read that Starbucks are since they are getting coffee from different countries like Colombia and Costa Rica, they want to get, or they want to prove to their customers and for them also, that the coffee is 100% with all the quality of the industry, and that they are receiving also, as a company, they are receiving the coffee that they need for the end customer. So it's not always for the end customer, but also by the business, to keep the quality and to keep track of every process that we are doing in our system. Other is the insurance, as I mentioned before, is to verify contracts, identify the insurance claims, and remove the trust. The data is on their site, and they can keep track of all the user movements. Imagine connecting to the different healthcare institution or healthcare information. So the speed can be faster. They can get more and more clients without waiting weeks or something like that, and they can be faster for competing with their competitors. Okay, and Everledger is some startup. There you have the link, that are working on insurance industry, but also I've been read some insurance institution that are getting together to avoid problems between their customers, and to identify all the claims that they are getting. Voting is under the government umbrella, but some countries are trying to use blockchain on their voting elections. That's really challenge, and you probably will get something like, oh no, I don't know if it is correct or not. But Sierra Leone became the first country using blockchain for voting, for the legal voting on all the process voting. That's really cool, because I think the democracy it's what we have now, but we want as a country, for example, to know that there are no some problems on the counting votes stuff. So with blockchain, we can make sure that the process is clear. Charity. There are a lot of pages or a lot of institutions out there that they do charity, and you have to pay with your credit card or whatever, but you are not 100% sure again, or you're not trusting that the money you are spending is completely getting into the right hands. You can probably know that some percentage is out there, but what about the other percentage? Okay, so with blockchain, the idea is to know that the money is to the real population or the real target, and that's what we want to do in that case with the charity, avoiding misunderstanding and verifying that the money is where it belongs. And 8coin is some startup that again is doing something with charity, and you can go to their site and check a little bit what are they doing. Government, and the government is really huge, and they have a lot of potential for the different agencies, like to avoid corruption and to get the public work. That is the more important for the population, to know that the government is doing what they have to do. So with blockchain, we can reduce bureaucracy and again make all the process clear. Healthcare, some of the most important, because it's about your health, it's about your information. And there are a lot of records out there that they are difficult to share. At least in Costa Rica, if you want to go to another country, carrying out your health information is difficult. There are some places that handle your information under paper. So if that paper is burned, you are screwed, basically. You don't have your information in any part. So what happens if you are in another country and something happened to you? How the medics can, or the doctors can verify your past sickness, or your blood, or I don't know. A lot of scenarios can happen that it's really creepy what can happen if you don't have your health information. And simply vitalhealth.com is working on that. There are a lot of or another startups that you can research on Google, But I think this is a key industry that can be attacked for blockchain, not for only money or because the healthcare is a money that pays, but also to help to create a more clear infrastructure in our health. And online music and online books. Uh, what I like here is because I really love the music and I really love to read, but most of the time all the writers and all the artists are not paid directly. They have to pay to different platforms to reproduce their music. They have to pay for anything, for distribution, for the record, for whatever. So with blockchain, the idea is to they can win directly from their listeners. Okay, for buying directly to their music, buying directly to the end music. This is difficult because the distribution is not there, but I think there are some challenge there. The retail is not that Amazon will disappear because Amazon is a third party, let's say, but I think there's a good opportunity to have more clearness, or to have small companies selling directly to their end customers without intermediaries like Amazon. I know Amazon provides a huge speed up for some small companies, but using blockchain, the companies can sell quickly or can earn more earn, right? But with retail, it's not about destroying Amazon. It's about payment processing, customer service, and chain supply. Uh, Again, you can have all the process to your shirt, for example, to this shirt, or for the computer that you are selling, or with blockchain, using Bitcoin, using Litecoin, or using Ethereum, for example, or other tokens that are created under Ethereum, for example. And the real estate, that's a crucial, because most of the data, as I mentioned before, are corrupted. That's the word. And we cannot make sure that the data is correct. Well, some lawyers and some people are telling us that, okay, the information is good, everything is good, but we really don't know that. And in some podcasts we talk about it, and I will tell you later. But Ubiquity.io is a startup that is working on that, to providing more clearness on the real estate. So we want that. We want to know that the the house that we are trying to buy is correct. All the records, like the new ceiling or the new floor or whatever, is what in the paper is described, not less. Now that we know all the industry, now we know how the blockchain or the possibilities of blockchains are. uh, how is our change supply? And now our change supply is with trust, because we have all the different suppliers, all the different process, the distribution, the manufacturing, are not connected between them in a closed blockchain, let's say private blockchain. So all of our bottom supplier, our all the providers involved in a shared conception are now in the blockchain, and they are now connected with Internet of Things, let's say. Um, we are, as an end customers and as manufacturers, we know that every single little thing is under the different specifications, under the different things that we want to know as a customers. So now our chain supply is secure and trusted, and we can know that this bottle is under the specifications we want, that the water is 100% sure, and with only getting the information in our cell phones. So that's the amazing, or the visualization of the blockchain. So the future basically is unclear. I cannot tell you that the future will be this or that, because for me, even is unclear. Uh, Most of the things that I mentioned before aren't concepts, are things that they are starting, but with the possibility of increase, with the possibility of doing to change the game. This is another way to do technology. It's like when the internet disrupt all the communication around the world. I think blockchain will disrupt how the the internet is now connected, and how the all the industries are behaving and are selling their products. The future is unclear, but it's amazing, and probably your industry is the next one to get into the blockchain. And that's what we want as a company. We want to go to these industries and attack them, and create amazing stuff. There are a lot of possibilities with blockchain, and creating private networks most of the time in order to create something amazing. There are a lot of nice initiatives with blockchain that now can be real, to build, uh, to get money, to raise money in order to do something. and and I think that is the future. The future is now to build and to prove that the blockchain is here, and is to disrupt all the content to come to 4Geeks. And there are the blogs that we are all the weeks, all the months, adding more and more content. We love to share with you our team, so you can read in our blogs our about our 4Geeks team. So you can go there, you can meet some of our talent, and you can see about technologies and entrepreneurship. That it's really amazing. We have some nice content there. So make sure you go there and you read some content and provide us some feedback. Also, next webinars. Yeah, this is not the last one, obviously. The next webinar will be in charge of our CEO, Alan Porras, and he will talk about getting your first 50 product customers. That is amazing if you are trying to create a new product. I think this is good for you. And even if you have a strong startup, you may know how Inforix, or what Inforix do for getting those customers. Probably you can go there. And the podcast, this is, I think so, next week we will publish the first episode of the 4Geeks podcast, and it will be I need to make sure you listen and you share with your community. And also you can reach out to us if you want to talk with us about any technology, about blockchain, for example, or if you want to talk with us about how to create the initial token offering using blockchain, for sure. And you will have all those content in your wallet with your cell phone. So that's what we want to say. This is all the announcement I want to mention. And thank you, guys. I hope you enjoyed this conversation, this webinar. I do it with all my heart, and I love to share information. Let's say my mid blog, and I really read all the emails that I get in my inbox. So make sure you talk to me. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on LinkedIn. You can find me in almost all the social networks, and I'll be there sharing more information. And if you want to talk about some specific topic, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'm here to help. Thank you, guys. Bye.